Hello guys, welcome back again. This is a continuation. Please, if you have not watched the first part, I'll advise you to watch that first before watching this so you can understand what is going on here. So guys, onto the video after this brief intro. Guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Anekan. I am a medical student studying in Nigeria, and I have been making this JAMB series on my channel. If this is the first time you're coming across it, I'll advise you to go to my playlist, my examination playlist, and you'll see the videos that I've already created. Do is make your timetable flexible. I am one of those people who say timetable doesn't work. Timetable honestly doesn't work for me, but I always have a timetable. Yes, I always try to create a timetable for myself, even if I know it doesn't work for me. Is timetable such a huge deal? In times where you're confused, in times where you don't know what to study, in times where you don't know what to do, you fall back on timetables at the end of the day. Because that's what I do. I fall back on timetables. I put in, okay, I'm supposed to be doing this at this time, I'm supposed to be doing this at this time. There are some times where I'll be in the mood to read, but I don't know what to read, or I'm just not in the mood to do physics today. So you should allow yourself to be flexible. You should allow the timetable to be flexible. What I used to do to myself is, okay, I'm supposed to do physics today, right? And I'm not in the mood. Most of the time, I've grown past that ideology. You should not wait till you're in the mood before you read. You should not wait till you have motivation before you read. Reading is what you do. You're a student. If you are able to process that as a mental framework in your mind, you find reading a lot easier because you are meant to do this. You're a student, you're meant to do this, you have this huge exam, you're meant to do this. So what I do is that, okay, I'm not in the mood to read physics today. Like, even if as I'm reading the physics, I am just so tired, like I'm just drained. What I'll do is I'll switch subjects. Try it. If you're not in the mood to read government, read literature. If you're not in the mood to read literature, read English. Like, everything is all linked. It's all about trying as much as you can to maximize the little time you have. So allow your timetable to be flexible. Give break periods, rest period in between your timetable. I remember in my JAMB timetable, I have it on my examination playlist. If you have not seen that video, I advise you to go and see it because it has color coding and everything. You are going to see my actual timetable I used during my time. My JAMB timetable, I gave myself rest period. Maybe Saturday was a rest period. Rest period might not necessarily be rest period for me, but what that period meant was, if I'm unable to complete anything during the week, I use my Saturdays to cover up. That is one wise way you can make your timetable flexible. You can make your time very you can effectively use your time maximally. So that is what I did. So give yourself rest period. The rest period might not necessarily be rest, but it might just be a time that will allow you to cover up. So maybe if something happened during the week, I went somewhere or I traveled or something happened, I will know that, okay, Saturday is my rest period. Saturday I can cover up on what I have missed. So please make your timetable flexible. Your mind gets tired and bored easily. So if you're not putting breaks in between, like if you are somebody that study on a stretch too, it's totally fine. I know some people who study 7 hours on a stretch, 10. I don't even know. I don't want to even know those kind of people. But that amount of time on a stretch, it is totally fine. As for me, I don't study long hours on a stretch, except I really haven't covered anything. But I rarely study that amount of time on a stretch. So what I do is I break it down into chunks. So I'm studying an hour, take a break, do whatever I want, relax. Study an hour again, take a break, do whatever I want, relax. Just make sure, because you have to prep your mind. If you're studying long hours and you're not benefiting, please, my brother, my sister, stop it. Like, try and find something else. This leads me to another tip. Please be flexible with your study technique too. I know that this JAM examination is a huge examination. I think this is even, people say this is a wrong advice to give, but guys, this exam expects you to have figured out how your reading pattern is. Whether you're a day person, you're a night person, forget all those person thing. You can be anything you want. you know when you assimilate better. If you assimilate better very in the early hours of the morning, wake up early, read. If night you've been doing TDB till daybreak, night reading, and it's not working, then find another method. Read in the mornings instead. If you can't read in the afternoons instead. Like, try different methods within the first 2 days, no, or 3 days, first 3 days, so that you won't encroach. And as you're trying different methods, make sure you're actually studying. If you're not studying, don't waste your time. Okay. The next one is that you should make time to review. Make time to review. Your timetable now, you can put study past question at from this time to this time, review wrong answer from this time to this time. Like I always say, like I always hammer, like I always repeat. If you are not reviewing your answers, if you're not going back to check, you're wasting your time, because you're certainly going to make that mistake again. So make sure you check the answer. Be sure that, okay, this is why I'm wrong. This is why this is correct. This is why, this is why. That would really, really help you a lot. Another thing I would advise you to do is handwrite your timetable. Write them down. Write them on a sheet of paper so that you can see. Some people say, oh, I'm a digital person. Forget about digital person. Put it down on a sheet of paper. Sheet of that you can virtually see it every day. I had this coursemate in, no, it's not my coursemate, but I had this kind of like a friend in 100 level back then. He had his timetable on the wall, his personal study timetable. He had it gummed on the wall. So every time he actually saw, okay, I'm supposed to be doing this. Why am I not doing this? This is what I'm supposed to be doing at this point in time. So if you can do that, that is very fine. Please handwrite your timetable, put it down. Okay, you can be digital like me if you want to be digital. But what I realized is that I rarely marked it. I rarely marked that I've completed the session because I usually am tired and drained. So please and please plan out your time. Every time you have is very, very critical. Like I used to say, an hour a day is better, but at this point in time, 2 hours a day is okay. It's minimal. um you can break down your 2 hours into review. Please make sure you do past questions. To do past question every day, try and finish your whole booklet with knowing the right and wrong answer. Please, there's high probability they might repeat past question, so, and you'll be at a loss if you haven't done your whole past question. So that will really, really help you a lot. So guys, these are like practical tips, practical things you can inculcate. Some people will even ask, okay, how do I know this topic is important? If you're doing past question, you see frequently repeated questions. There are some questions that are frequently repeated. Like if you're doing physics, you should know electricity is repeated. You will see something associated with electricity somehow. There are some things that are just, you can't just escape them. So I'll just advise you to just know them. And like I always say, if you're in SS3, read SS2, then SS1, then SS3. Get the JAMB syllabus. Get it. If you don't know what to read, use your past question to know what you read. The questions you fail are the topics you don't really understand. So stop kidding yourself. Take note of those topics and start studying them immediately. I really want you guys to pass, guys. Getting 300 was something that I really wanted, but I was unable to get it because of a lot of mistakes that I made, and now I am wiser now. Remember that the only thing that is stopping you is your mind. You can do whatever you want. You are smart, you are wise, and you're very, very intellectually smart. Very, very intellectual. You're an intellectual being. So I would advise you to stop playing with your time and start deep focus study. Review past questions to show that, to know if you're also making progress too. Some people, they don't review past, they don't do past questions anymore. Do your past questions is key in this exam. So do your best, study, do a lot of past questions to see your improvement, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I upload every weekends from Friday, so come back same time. I remain your boy Anekan. Until next time, bye.